Here's the RX model. You could see it's much larger than the NX series or the next one down. So this is pretty much what would be compatible with the Branson. Some of the things I'm looking for is that external lever right there. It's got to have at least 3 rear remotes, which you can add them on any tractor. Love the crank handles. I usually order 2 of them. I'm going to jump in the cab here. I definitely would want ag tires and not the industrials. Specs are pretty impressive on this, at least compared to the Branson, but as I've said, Branson definitely under-specs their stuff. So let's hop in here. Oh, I love that new tractor smell. The seat's lower than what I'm used to because I got both the spring and the air ride seat on top of it, but I would definitely change that. There's the 4-wheel drive. It's every bit as roomy. There's no doubt about that. This loader handle is very comfortably placed. Very comfortably placed. So here's a quick shot of the new Kubota models, the loader handle and setup. It just, when you got to reach up, at least in my experiences, it's, you know, sore on the shoulder after a few hours of it. And this one has 24 gears as opposed to, I think, 16. Looks like this one has the power clutch for the power shuttle. Here's your power shuttle over here. Everything else is the same. Usually I have to modify stuff like this because you could see it's a little small, but that ain't nothing to cut or bend that. Let me see if the seat's all the way back. Yeah, that's it. But otherwise, this is pretty much the same, you know, as far as all the options. You know, I'm looking for obviously heat, air. This has the 540 and the 540E. The only thing that it doesn't have, like the Branson, has 3 different speeds, which I've never used one though. Looks like you got a regen on this one. The auto, PTO, and manual. I think that's how I blew up the Kioti tiller the first time. I'll explain that in a minute. So what that auto PTO is if you've got an implement running and you lift it up, okay, let's say you're done making a pass, what it does is it cuts off the PTO, which I think is a great concept. Several tractor manufacturers have it, but the one drawback is you really aren't supposed to start and stop your implements at full RPM. You know, you're supposed to start them at an idle. So I think what happened the first time when I damaged a tiller is I think that may have been part of it, because when you're starting it, stopping it at full RPM, that adds to the wear on it, as opposed to, you know, starting it at idle and then working your RPMs up. So if you guys are using that function, that's just something to be aware of. I wouldn't be surprised if soon they start coming out with some kind of a clutching mechanism when they do engage that auto PTO. Lots of cup holders, but I don't see it. Oh, there's the big cup holder. That could be it, man. But this is laid out nicely, man. I'd have to, this is interesting. The shifter's on this side. And not, the Branson's on the right side. So that's all different. But it seems to make more sense on this left side, but I'm not sure until I try it. Your horn and lights and that, it's all pretty basic. You got your 2 PTO speed ranges up there. Yeah, and this has cruise control. It has cruise PTO, which, you know, once you get to using that, you enjoy a cruise control. And here you can adjust it. So we might have to do a little chatting here. Here's a look at the front end. I mean, I love my NX6010. There's no doubt about that. But if you remember right, I needed something a little bigger. And The rest is history, but now we're looking for a new start, so stay tuned. We'll see what happens. I'll be looking at a few tractors this week yet and comparing specs and everything, and I'll bring it all to you, and I'll explain everything, where, why, and how, and what happens. So definitely stay tuned. Thanks a lot. Capper out.